Bro, I wish I could fill you in on the politics of it all. My job is to train hard. My job is to punch people's heads in the ring. What you're asking me ain't my job.
That's fair.
That's not my job.
So mentally destroying to try and explain to people who, like, I don't want to be disrespectful to people's intelligence, but it's like you're listening to a geezer on an elliptical trainer, or whatever those cross trainers are called, right? Who, let's be honest, doesn't really have the best track record in.
We know you can't make weight. This is why Conor Benn said this is his last time at 147. My guy is making excuses before he loses. Who says that, bro? This is my last fight at 147. My guy, you gonna go backwards just to get the whooped? Oh my gosh, bro. It's fine, bro. We gonna let him. He's just gonna run into it. That dude. It's sad. Conor is gonna get his beat. Bro.
I just think he's making excuses for it, and I don't think we're gonna see. We're not gonna see nothing special with Conor Benn at 147. I think Garcia flattens him.
And it is part of the process that you go through to prepare yourself for a fight.
Yeah.
So they know what they can and can't do. They won't be exposing themselves to undue risk. They'll be exposing themselves to the necessary preparation for a fight. Disappointing.
This is exactly why Conor Benn said this is his last time fighting at 147 pounds. My guy is already making excuses before the fight even happens.
Do is focus on doing what I gotta do. And that's why I am where I am, because I just focus on doing me. Forget all the noise, forget all the politics, forget everything else. Focus on being the best fighter I can be and let my team handle the rest.
Eddie Hearn backs up exactly what Conor Benn is fighting against, calling the situation a dirty mental game. He's shocked by how far people are willing to twist the injury story before Ryan Garcia has even stepped into the ring.
So it's a mental game, and I can't believe these people are actually going to these lengths. It's unbelievably flattering that people in their position, with their power, want to do things like that. But it's a dirty, dirty game, and I'm just shocked at the way it's playing out.
This is the exact excuse talk Conor Benn called lies. Ryan Garcia is mocking the weight in the sparring, painting Benn as a fighter who's already beaten before the opening bell. But Benn himself insists none of it will stop him from fighting.
His heart is. It's gonna be cool. He gonna be trying to rough me up, do dumb shit like he does. And we're gonna go to work so easy on him. And you guys gonna see my speed, my power, my accuracy, my conditioning. We're gonna be ready for whatever he does. We're gonna take away everything. He's just not as experienced as me. It's true.
Conor Benn fires straight back, calling Ryan Garcia the real quitter after the Rolly Romero fight, claiming Garcia shrank when the pressure arrived. Benn says he will never do that. Injury or not, he's going out on his shield.
I know Conor Benn is in Santa Monica having the time of his life. Wildcard West, we know where you at, boy. We know you ain't doing good. We know your sparring ain't what it is. We know you can't make weight. This is why Conor Benn said this is his last time at 147. My guy is making excuses before he loses.
That's crazy to say.
That is crazy to
And
say.
Benn doesn't stop there. After firing back at Ryan Garcia's accusations, he goes directly after his opponent's heart. Bringing up the Rolly Romero fight is a bold move, because Benn is essentially painting Garcia as someone who folds when the pressure becomes too much.
They'll be exposing themselves to the necessary preparation for a fight. Disappointing, because obviously we want to see Moses move on. Time waits for no man. He's young, but there's a world in front of him. And I think that most people felt, despite the durability of Jermaine Franklin, despite the fact that he...
Frank Warren takes a much more diplomatic approach, focusing on logistics instead of directly engaging with Ryan Garcia's accusations. His calm comments about rescheduling and refunds stand in complete contrast to the chaos surrounding Conor Benn. It's almost as if the promoter is quietly trying to manage a storm that even he can't fully explain.
Well, I hear I wasn't here. Training last night, so that's strange. He's ill. He can't fight if he's ill. Okay, health has to come first. So you feel...
The fact that Adam Smith's own words arguably support Ryan Garcia's suspicion makes the situation even more complicated. Smith admitted that Conor Benn looked incredible before suddenly being ruled out sick. And that contradiction is exactly what fuels Garcia's argument. If Benn looked that sharp one night, how does illness suddenly explain him disappearing from training the very next day?
fault. It's nobody's fault. It's what happens. You know, footballers get injured, sportsmen get injured.
Frank Warren sees the situation as ordinary sporting misfortune. But Ryan Garcia isn't buying the comparison to football injuries. To Garcia, this looks less like bad luck and more like a convenient escape route, dressed up in medical language to avoid facing him on fight night.
For a fight. Yeah. They know what they can and can't do. They won't be exposing themselves to undue risk. They'll be exposing themselves to the necessary preparation.
Johnny Nelson blasts the entire circus surrounding this fight, calling the behavior reckless and beneath the standards of world-class boxing. His frustration mirrors exactly what Ryan Garcia has been shouting about: reputations and excuses replacing accountability, turning what should be a major sporting rivalry into an embarrassing spectacle nobody asked for.
Fighters not making certain moves, it's because they know already. They see the future and they see how hard, or maybe, yeah, mainly how hard something is. So, and so I knew that if I continued, I knew what the future held for me, which wasn't gonna be good. It wasn't gonna be good.
They shouldn't be exposing themselves to unnecessary risk. They should be putting themselves through the preparation required to compete. Tim Bradley speaks from experience, hinting that fighters can sometimes sense danger long before they admit it publicly. Whether intentional or not, his words echo Ryan Garcia's accusations, suggesting Conor Benn may have recognized the warning signs before eventually being ruled out with an injury.
So he's on his path, and he's looking good.
You think your paths could ever collide?
Eventually, I think anything can happen. So
Daniel Dubois stays composed, focusing entirely on his own path instead of getting dragged into the noise surrounding Conor Benn's situation. His calm demeanor only highlights how loudly Ryan Garcia's accusations have echoed throughout boxing, overshadowing almost everything connected to this increasingly messy buildup.
That's the problem. Once the headline falls away, then it does. I mean, you know, they're great fights. Magnificent Seven is a great concept, great title fights on there. However, you know, all the media would concern the most, other than local media from where, for example, where Nathan or any of the other boxers come from, where they're focusing on the local hero. Most of the mainstream, including yourselves, any discussions we had, because TalkSport...
Frank Warren admits that media attention collapses once the headline fight disappears, unintentionally highlighting Ryan Garcia's argument about the stakes involved. With Conor Benn sidelined by the injury, Warren's own comments reveal just how much this card and Garcia's frustration depend on Benn actually showing up.
What's what? Because we've not got the information, so we don't know. So you can only make a judgment on what you know, what you've seen. So it's very, very hard. So and on the fighter's point of view, the fighter can't have the face on and be all pissed off with people that are just looking, well, you failed 2 drug tests. You know, you can't be pissed off with that. You might very well be, with all their evidence and everything, that, oh, actually, there's a massive fuck up here, and in that case, then there's a massive problem with the testing. But we don't know what the ins and outs are, so it's very hard to say that you know, we should just believe that. And then again, it's with this one as well. I don't know what he's failed for starters. You know, you can fail a drugs test on a Lemsip. You know, I'm not saying he has, but there's things in a Lemsip where you can. Again, you know, I've been like years and years ago. I remember somebody was about to have a Lemsip, and like I don't know if it was Dom or Brendan had to stop him and say, look, you can't have Lemsips. It's like, oh, people don't know, you can fail on shit.
Liam Goff's uncertainty practically hands Ryan Garcia ammunition on a silver platter. Nobody seems able to clearly confirm exactly what this injury is, with vague guesses replacing hard facts. That lack of clarity is fueling growing suspicion that Conor Benn's camp is hiding behind confusion instead of offering transparency. If the injury is genuinely serious, fans are asking why there hasn't been a clear official explanation instead of commentators guessing about ankles, injuries, and rumors. The result is a boxing world left wondering what is actually happening behind closed doors.
professionals, and it is part of the process that you go through to prepare yourself for a fight.
Yeah.
So they know what they can and can't do. They won't be exposing themselves to undue risk. They'll be exposing themselves to the necessary preparation for a fight. Disappointing.
Johnny Nelson exposes just how chaotic this entire story has become, with poisoning rumors and denials flying around faster than anyone can verify them. His refusal to accept every claim at face value mirrors exactly what Ryan Garcia has been shouting from the rooftops. Between contradictory statements and constantly shifting explanations, Nelson's demand for answers reflects a boxing world growing increasingly tired of excuses replacing straightforward information about Conor Benn's condition.
There were lots of connotations, Jim, of what we could have done, but the bottom line of all of it was, it's a mess, because when you're looking at that type of show, which is all based upon 7 title fights taking place, headed up by
Eddie Hearn keeps his comments vague, offering little more than an acknowledgement that this is a difficult situation without directly addressing Ryan Garcia's accusations. Spencer Oliver tries to defend the medical protocol, insisting fighters have to be fully fit before stepping inside the ring. But Ryan Garcia isn't questioning the doctor's authority. He's questioning why an injury appeared at the exact moment pressure and expectations had reached their highest point before this fight.
His heart is, it's gonna be cool. He gonna be trying to rough me up, do dumb shit like he does, and we're gonna go to work so easy on him. And you guys are gonna see my speed, my power, my accuracy, my conditioning. We're gonna be ready for whatever he does. We're gonna take away everything. He's just not.
Ryan Garcia remains convinced that Conor Benn's injury is nothing more than a calculated escape disguised as bad luck. Johnny Nelson is demanding answers, Frank Warren is dealing with financial losses, and commentators are still trying to figure out exactly what happened. Yet nobody has provided the clarity fans desperately want. Garcia's accusations were initially dismissed as nothing more than trash talk. But with every vague statement and contradictory explanation, those accusations are getting louder. Whether this fight eventually happens or completely collapses under the growing suspicion, one thing is undeniable: Ryan Garcia has turned Conor Benn's mysterious injury into one of the biggest controversies in boxing. And right now, nobody involved seems capable of silencing him.